Welcome everyone. This is Magali Santiago, and today I'm going to do uh, Trinidad style curry chicken. And in the next few episodes that I'm going to be doing, they're all going to cover like a dish from the Antillas. And Antillas is places like Cuba, Jamaica, all these beautiful places, right? So I chose Trinidad because Trinidad has a lot of similarities with Jamaica on certain dishes that they love and enjoy. So I want to be able to create dishes that were brought over by our ancestors, our beautiful African people that came to these countries and brought these amazing different types of foods. This is something that's more modern, but it still has that cultural flavor that other countries share. So I'm gonna start off with showing you that I have four chicken legs here. You could add, as much as you want, but this is only really gonna be for one person or two. I also have some cooking stock, uh, chicken cooking stock, right? Oh my goodness, I'm saying it backwards. I'm sorry. This is chicken stock, and it's specifically for cooking. And not that the other one isn't, but the other one is better like for soups and things like that. I have ground ginger. This recipe calls for the whole ginger and that you just crush it, but I did not find it. I have curry powder, and I have the hot madras curry powder. We're going to use two different types. I have the scallions, which is it's I'd say like half a cup of scallions. I have one little orange sweet pepper at the bottom. One onion. This is like 1/3 of cut cilantro, and I have a couple of little stalks of thyme that I'm going to be like just stripping and putting in. 4 cups of oil. I mean, oh my God, four. What is wrong with me today? Sorry, guys. It's been a long day. 4 tablespoons of oil. I'm gonna put that into fry in a second. I have it on, and I don't know why I had turned it on, but we're gonna start to add our ingredients here one at a time, and then we're gonna mix it up. Let me get my glove. I'm gonna get my glove because it gets a little messy when you're working with all of these different ingredients, especially the powdered one. So this is just pouring in a little bit just to moisten it all up. And later on, if you want to add a little more to your recipe, you can. It's just to moisten everything, right? So this is going to be a tablespoon of the curry powder. So I have to open it because I just got it. I ran out of the other one and I just purchased this one. And I should have opened it before I started, but a couple of things that I purchased and I did not open. So I'm going to open it now. So we're going to use a tablespoon of the curry powder. I'm going to throw that in there. It smells good. I really love that smell. I've never really never noticed the scent on curry, but it has a very nice scent. Okay, so I'm trying to open these containers. And now I'm going to use the other curry, which is the hot madras curry powder. This is going to be a little hot. Because also I'm supposed to add a Scotch bonnet pepper, but also again I did not find that, so have to do with what I have right now and add a little bit of the hotness through that specific curry. And this is just 1 teaspoon of the ground ginger. Then I'm going to add, oh, can you hand me the pepper? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so glad that I have my granddaughter here to assist me, but I forgot the pepper. So I'm just going to take and grind up some pepper. Just put pepper in there. I forgot to measure it out, but it should be enough. Just a little, couple of little turns there. We have the scallions and the little orange sweet pepper. We have the one onion, and we have the cilantro, and then the thyme, and you're just gonna like just peel it in there. So I would remove like any little stalks that are in there. There we go. So, oh my goodness, it smells so good already. So I'm just gonna mix it in there, right? Just mix it around together. Make sure it gets nice and moist and gets all of that in there, right? Get all that flavor in. It's got a very, very nice scent already, my friends. Yeah, awesome, awesome. Somebody's playing motorbike around here. You can hear all that noise in the background. I'm going to scoot this over so you could be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Now I'm going to put on my stove top here, and I'm going to let it get hot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sear this chicken. We're going to sear it, which means, you know, you're just going to make sure that it's like getting cooked on both sides, right? And we're going to have to like keep an eye on it and make sure that it doesn't burn. So this is 4 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to pour the oil in there into the pot. You can already hear it starting to get hot. I'm going to try to remove some of the ingredients only because I want it to sear, but not with a lot of this, because some of this may just burn there, and I don't want that to happen. So you notice it's not all the way to the top, where it covers the chicken. This has such a beautiful scent, my friends. You know, and as I was looking at all the amazing recipes that all of these countries have, there's like so many different recipes. I even saw a curry chicken recipe from Trinidad with pigeon peas with gandules in it. I was thinking maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I might just add that later on for personal use because it looked really, really good. So I'm thinking I may want to try it out because I think that's a fantastic touch to the recipe, to be able to have like, it's like a meal altogether, right? Because if you throw those pigeon peas in here and maybe cook a little bit of white rice on the side, oh my goodness, that would be so amazing. You gotta make sure that this is like looking really good on both sides. My husband loves curry foods, anything with curry in it. He loves jerk chicken. He likes that flavor, you know, and I think he's going to be very happy when he sees my creation. At least I hope so. I can't really eat hot foods, but I will try a little piece of this just to see how it how the flavor is. So we're just searing it letting it get nice and cooked on that side before I turn it over again, because I kept turning it and I want to wait a little while before I turn it over. So as I said, I will be making other recipes from the Antillas. There will be other ones, so stay tuned, and please join me so that you can see some of these recipes. Trinidad is a beautiful place. I would love to visit there. I have a nephew that married a beautiful young lady from Trinidad, and she got to show me all of these beautiful pictures from her country, and I would love to go down there and visit. I would love to go down there and visit. It's such a beautiful place. I mean, I saw the beach in the pictures, and it's all the tropical scenery that's in there. It's just an amazing, beautiful place. So I'm pushing it down, trying to squeeze some juice out of it, and just continue to turn it because you don't want it to burn. You just continue to turn. There we go. It's starting to look a bit caramelized. It's getting this shiny look to it, and I'm starting to see like whatever was put in there, all these awesome ingredients, you're starting to smell it in the air. I love cooking. Cooking is like very therapeutic, especially if you have an idea for a recipe and you write it down and then you create it. You feel a sense of accomplishment. So that is something that really has been a big help to me during quarantine, is to take and just look online at the recipes that they had there and tweak them and make them my own, or I would come up with some ideas myself of a specific recipe. Okay, so this is looking really great. So now I think it's seared enough on the sides, because now you're gonna want to throw the rest of the ingredients in, and then the ingredients will start to continue to cook with the chicken now, once it just got warm. Okay, so now it's starting to release a little bit of juice, some juices there. I want to put another little bit of this, and I'm also going to break up half a chicken bouillon. I didn't want to do it there. I want to be able to do it while it's boiling, so it could just disintegrate. You know, it'll just melt into the juices that are accumulating at the bottom of this pan. And I'm going to mix it around, and then I'm going to turn these over again, and then I'm going to start adding our other ingredients. I'm going to tell you, I'm thinking that this is going to be so delicious. The smell is like, wow, it's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to add these ingredients in there, everything that we cut up and everything we measured, and that's going to go in there. So now we're going to let it cook. Okay. It looks very beautiful, as you can see. Love the way it looks. So with a meal like this, you can actually make a little bit of white rice on the side, What's made in Trinidad with this is like a type of it's a type of, looks like a type of dough, and it's made looks like big dumplings, and it's served with this. Actually, I didn't attempt to try to make that because I just wanted to focus on the chicken. But you could make a little bit of white rice on the side, or you could just make some nice rice and beans together. You know, they could, or a nice salad. But this is like smelling awesome. So I gotta put this back on. Sometimes this stove top, for some reason, it'll turn on and off on its own. I have to constantly be checking it, making sure that it is on. So I see that it's on. I want to move it over a little bit. There we go. So you could watch as it cooks. And this is like the relaxing part of cooking, when you have to take care of a dish that is simmering and you can't leave it alone. You know, you'll have to move it around here and there. It's very relaxing. At least to me it is. So, like I said, Trinidad and Jamaica have many things in common. Similar music. Some of their dishes, they tend to like some of the hot curry as well in a lot of their dishes. And it's a tropical, beautiful place. And I was just learning, I just started to learn a little bit about Trinidad when I got to spend some time with my nephew's wife when I visited Florida last year. Actually, I had went down and I got to talking and was able to really learn different things that I did not know about this beautiful place. There we go. I think I want to put a little bit more of the curry powder. So it'll have a creamier consistency. Yep. And I'm going to add more of the stock now. You should have at least 1/2 of stock already like poured in once you do the last bit of stock. So there, I just put all that in there, and I'm just gonna let it cook in all of this. There we go. If I would go on vacation this summer, if I would be able to go to another country, I would love to go there. Or Santa Lucia, one of those places, St. Thomas, all of those places are just so beautiful. The Bahamas. Even Cuba. Cuba is part of the Antillas, and it's, oh my gosh, it has like this old-fashioned flavor there when you look at the pictures of Cuba, and the way it looks. It has this old vintage look to it. So as that cooks, I am going to see if I could bring over a little pot and just get a little bit of rice going. To move this over. If it doesn't fall. Oh goodness, I'm so sorry. I forgot that I could have just left the things close by in case I wanted to make the rice. So I thought, why not make some rice to go with this? So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in the rice and get it going. And I'm going to move it over so that you could be able to see the rice as well. It's right there, right next to the other burner. I'm going to let that boil over there. Wow, friends, it's starting to boil really good. There you go. Mix all that in there. Make sure that it's all, want to make sure that all these nice ingredients are in there because they were lying on the side there. Okay, that's looking really nice. Pull it back a little bit. It's kind of hard, this little area that I came up with for myself is actually like a little stand I have, and I got this this little burner where I could be able to be portable and move it around and be able to cook in other places where the lighting is good for whatever I'm doing, so that I could be able to do a good video. So, oh my gosh, friends, this is so great. I'm so glad that I decided to do this recipe. This is my first time doing curry chicken, and I love the way it smells. There's one thing that I do love about cooking, and it's always the scent that fills the air. It could be baking, it could be you know, making a dish, cooking a dish. It doesn't matter, just that scent, just, I don't know, that fills the air, makes it feel so good. Especially if you have spices like sofrito or some of this stuff like this that's got like the cilantro in it and all of that stuff. It just causes these warm feelings that go through me that I really, really love. It's really awesome. So wow, man, this looks amazing. So I'm going to leave it as long as I want. You don't leave it like boiling for a long period of time until you see it cooked. But I like it to break down a little bit. I like the meat to break down a little bit. So I want it to like cook in there a little longer. But it already looks great. It has the thickening of the juice there and everything. And then I'm making this rice to go along with it. Next time, you know, if I feel a little braver, I'll try making those special dumplings that they make with this. It's like a pastry type of thing. I didn't feel too confident in attempting that, at least not for today. Maybe at another time, you know. Yeah, this is looking great, friends. So right there, yes, looks fantastic. Awesome, awesome. Beautiful place, Trinidad and Jamaica. Along with these episodes, I will be doing a Jamaican patty mix and doing a Jamaican patty, and then also doing an empanada. The Jamaican patty is very similar to an empanada. One is from Jamaica, and one is from you know, Puerto Rico, or it could be from Santo Domingo. Many of the Latin countries have empanadas. They make those, you know, with different fillings, and it could have chicken or beef or pork. It's different types of fillings. The Jamaican patty has the beef filling. So I will be visiting Jamaica and have a lot more to say. I can't say too much about Trinidad, even though, you know, I did do a little bit of reading on it. Other than that, you know, was the experience that I had in the conversation with my nephew's beautiful wife. So this is looking amazing. I want to put little holes all over it because I want that to continue just penetrating in there. My rice, this little burner, I got it from Amazon, and sometimes you look and it shuts off. I don't know why it does that on its own, but I hope my rice starts to heat up so that it can get done, because after this will be almost done, and then the rice I'll have to like wait for. This is great. And you know what, friends, if you want to do a special meal, like once a week, just look in the internet, look for easy recipes that you could start off with. Like, I found this recipe to be fairly easy. It wasn't that difficult with all the things you have to add into it. It's not that difficult. I will add a little bit more of chopped cilantro once I go to serve it, to give it that, you know, really elegant look on top. It'll really look pretty with pieces of fresh cilantro. And even some of the scallions, little pieces of the scallions on top as well. So you want to do a little special dinner for your family, or if it's just, you know, a little one-on-one with your significant other, you know, you can pick nice recipe and do it with your family. Like, I always felt I never had enough time to do anything. You know, I don't have time to do a recipe and things like that. But I'm realizing now that I wasted time. I could have done that and I never did. And I'm doing it now and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the cooking, and I recently made a pineapple cake, you know, and I took the recipe and I did a DIY on it, where I made it, you know, my own. I added some ingredients in there that I really love and made it my own, and it felt so good. And I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? I could have been doing these little meals sooner, and I would have learned more and become even better at it. I don't think I'm that good at it yet. You know, I'm trying. I am trying. So I still have to let that simmer in there. I still see a little bit that the chicken needs to go through. And I think my rice is starting to boil. Seems that way, I'm hoping. I love short grain rice, especially the Goya rice. I don't know, since I have first started to learn how to cook when I was like 20. That's really when I really started learning how to cook. I was not good at it prior to that. And so the rice I always cooked with was the Goya short grain rice, and I got very used to that rice. So it's very hard when I make long grain rice, because sometimes I feel like I don't do as good a job with it. But I've been forcing myself to use the long grain rice more as I go along, because it'll help me get better at it. So if you feel you're not good at something, you know, you can always take and keep working on it so that you can improve. So you can improve, right? Always work in your weak spots so that you can improve. That's really boiling. I don't know what's going on. My rice should be boiling by now. Yep, I see a little bit of the boiling going on. If you can notice it in a corner there, it's starting to boil. So let's see what happens with this long grain rice. You have to let it boil until all that water evaporates, friends. Yeah, this curry is looking delicious. Very good. Just gonna move it around again. The movement going back and forth, it just keeps coating it with what you know, with the liquid that's boiling around it. And any other time, if I wouldn't be in the camera, I'd probably cover it and let it sit for a little bit. But it's good for you to just see the process and how it works out. I love watching the process of food cooking, and then the end, and seeing the end result of the food. So I know you'll see the end result to this. The rice will take maybe about we have to let it dry. Once it dries, it takes like 15 minutes to dry. And then once it's dry, then I cover it, and I usually cover it for 30 minutes. It depends on the amount. Like right now I have a little bit, so it might cook a little quicker. When there's less rice, it usually cooks quicker. But if it's like a medium pot, more than likely it'll take like 15 minutes boiling. And then you lower the heat once the water evaporates in it, most of the water. Doesn't have to be all of it. And then you cover it for 30 minutes. So now it's boiling, which is great. And I noticed one thing with the long grain rice, it takes more water than the short grain. I don't know why it is. I feel like it needs more water than the short grain rice when it's cooked. So it's usually equal. If you have 1 cup of rice, then it's usually 1 cup of water. This I usually have to add a little extra, because for some reason it may come out a little too hard. You know, the granules, the grains of the rice will stay a little too hard. Or sometimes it'll be too mushy. So I've gotten better at it. I'll tell you that it's been coming out pretty good lately, because I've been practicing using the long grain specifically so that I don't keep making that mistake. But yes, this is looking lovely. I'd say I'm going to leave it maybe another couple of minutes, maybe another 5 minutes. I'll probably leave it another 5 minutes, and then I will shut it off. But it's made like a gravy. You can see it's like a real nice gravy with all the ingredients there. It's all like most of it has dissolved. Checking the rice here. It's looking good. Yeah. I love Chinese rice, the white rice. I really love the rice. It has like such a nice flavor to it. When you make white rice, if you add coconut oil instead of regular oil into it, add some coconut oil, it gives it such a fantastic extra touch to your rice. This usually always just white rice. It's so plain and bland. But if you take and put some coconut oil in it, you will love the flavor. And maybe even a couple little strands of unsweetened coconut flakes. Just throw that in. It'll give it a good flavor. It's another idea that you can use when you're making your rice. You could make it your own and put what you want in it. During the holidays, there was this these beans that came out that I really loved, and they were like the green pigeon peas, but they were for the holidays. So they had coconut milk and coconut pieces in it. And you make your arroz con gandules with it, you know, which is the brown rice with the pigeon peas. And oh my gosh, I tried it and I really loved it. So now they don't sell it, and I was thinking the other day I'm going to get a can of pigeon peas to make some rice. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a little bit of coconut milk in my rice and a little bit of the coconut flakes, and a little bit of coconut oil and make my rice with the pigeon peas. Make my own coconut pigeon peas. Let me tell you, you can do that. I just thought of it and I was like, why not? So I will be doing that soon, and I will keep you guys posted and see how it goes. I may just do the video when I do it, because I think it would be cool to record that and share it. I think it'll be something good to share, because haven't really seen that when you take, I would call it a DIY of green pigeon peas, which are gandules that we use in Puerto Rico to make arroz con gandules. You can make it arroz con gandule y coconut. Oh my gosh, it would be great. So I think we're getting to the point. 5 more minutes. I said 5 minutes before, but I thought 10. But I was like, let me just say 5, and then if it doesn't look like it's to my liking, then I'll add 5 more. So I'm just adding 5 more minutes, and that'll probably be the same amount of time the rice will need to continue to dry. Yeah, the rice, yeah, about 3 more minutes for the rice, and then I'll cover it. These burners, I think what happens is when they get over, when they get very hot, they cool down themselves and they turn on and off themselves, because every time I look, they're on or they're off, or they're on and they're off. So if you ever want to purchase a burner like this to be able to do cooking elsewhere besides your kitchen, I'm in my kitchen, but I'm not anywhere near the stove, so this comes in handy to be able to do this. So I leave the rice a little bit wet. Like I said, I don't want this to get hard. When it dries, it just stays hard. And then I'm going to lower the heat on it. You may not be able to see the results after it's made, but at least you have an idea. You cover it, lower the heat. Once it's almost dry, it has to stay with a little bit of water in there, as you can see. And you just cover that. And I think this chicken is done. Yep. I think this looks fantastic. Yes. So friends, this is curry chicken. And it's the recipe is very similar to the Jamaican recipe. It has a couple of little items that I didn't see in the Jamaican recipe, which was like the chicken stock or the bouillon. Those little type of things I did not see when I was looking at the Jamaican curry chicken. So here you have Trinidad style curry chicken. And I'm going to be posting it. And I hope you enjoy it. Try it out. I think it's better when I cook and I just have everything in front of me like this, and you can be able to see the food and what's going on with the food instead of having me in the camera. This is a better way to just focus on what the recipe is and what we're doing with it. So thank you so much for being with me today. And let me know how you like this recipe when you try it out. And just share your thoughts with me, okay? Keep your eyes open for the other episodes. There will be at least 4 or 5 more episodes that will have to do with different recipes. There will be one for the Jamaican patty. There will be one for mofongo with shrimp. Mofongo is from a dish from Puerto Rico. And there is also a Panamanian arroz con salchicha, all right, which is rice and sausage. So be with me soon. I look forward to having you with me again, okay? Have a good day. Bye.